Alright, so after that, let's jump into our third topic of the conversation today, which is what's next? What's next for Derrick Lewis? You guys, after watching the fight this Saturday, I would like to say both surprised and impressed at the same time. It's just the fact that if you guys seen my spotlight, which is the segment that I pick and highlight the upcoming fights and upcoming events coming up, and you would know that the person I picked to win that fight was not Derrick Lewis, was Curtis Blades. So, well, we know how that went. It did not go well for Curtis Blade, unfortunately, because, well, he got knocked the fuck out. And like I mentioned previously on this video, is that with that fight that just concluded at February 20th, that was the second to last fight in his UFC contract. So that means the next fight that's coming up for Derrick Lewis, that will be his last fight, his last remaining fight within the UFC contract. And he did mention that he would like to stay within the UFC family. He does not want to, well, he does not want to get released, essentially. Essentially, he does not want to get released, which, you guys, I can't blame him. Could you really blame the guy? Absolutely not. So yeah, that was a big win for him. So let's get back to the original question, and that is, who should Derrick Lewis fight next for his final fight with the UFC current contract? Okay, so I am looking at the UFC stats right now and the UFC ranking. And as right now, there are three names that come to my mind. And those three names are, it's in the following order. Number one is Junior Dos Santos. As right now, Junior Dos Santos, he is riding a 3-fight losing streak. And he's sitting at number 8 right now. And you guys might wonder why. Why should I pick him as my first opponent, as my first option for Derrick Lewis final fight within his UFC contract? Okay, so here is my reason. You guys might want to call me a hater. You guys might want to call me, well, whatever you want to call me, but essentially, I believe that this is a good fight for both these guys. Number one, let's just imagine that Derrick Lewis beat Junior Dos Santos, and that would give him six fights in a row, and he should be the next title challenger to take on the winner of Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic. I realized that the UFC might have a different plan, considering John Jones and Dana White and the UFC. And at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is that John Jones, he might be a bit of a bigger name to UFC, but that is debatable, because it's when it comes to UFC heavyweight division, Derrick Lewis he's up there. When it comes to draws, I believe that he is. When it comes to popularity, he is top 5, without a doubt. And that's why I believe that Derrick Lewis should fight Junior Dos Santos next, because the odds of him winning this fight, I say about 70%. That means I believe that he could beat Junior Dos Santos 7 out of 10 times. And also, but however, on the flip side, I also believe that Junior Dos Santos, he could beat Derrick Lewis as well. I am just saying that because I am a fight fan. I am a fan of the old guard, and I have been following his career for a very long time, since the day when he fought Nogueira. Since the day, did he fight Nogueira? I think he did, but regardless, since the day that he made a big splash within the UFC, it was him versus Cain Velasquez as the main event for UFC on Fox when UFC transitioned to national TV. And also, if this is a big if as of this moment, if I give Derrick Lewis 7 out of 10 to beat Junior Dos Santos, and on the flip side, I'm going to give Dos Santos 3 out of 10, which that means he will beat him 3 out of 10 times, we give him 30%. And if you could beat Derrick Lewis, as of right now, Derrick Lewis is ranked number 2, just right behind Francis Ngannou, and he also one spot above Curtis Blade, which is the man that he just beat. And if Junior Dos Santos could beat him, that is a big if, but the possible is there. I could see him propel himself up into UFC heavyweight division. So that is my first pick, and my number 2 pick is Alexander Volkov. And Alexander Volkov right now, he is riding. Sorry guys, I'm on the wrong page here. Alexander Volkov, he just faced Alistair Overeem, and you guys know what happened there. He destroyed him. I didn't see that coming. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not see that coming. I was hoping for Alexander to win. Sorry, Alistair to win. It's just the fact that I believe that the run that Alistair was on, that is potentially being his last run in the UFC heavyweight division. Because man, he's getting old, and I was rooting for him. I mentioned this multiple times before. He was the former Strikeforce champion, K1 champion, Dream champion. Essentially, Alistair, he was a champion in every division that he was. Sorry, every promotion that he was in. So, I was hoping for Alistair to beat Alexander, but that's not the case. He lost around 2 minutes 6 seconds at UFC Fight Night, which he headlined against Alexander. So after that's being said, I'm looking at Alexander Volkov UFC fight record. He is 3-2 within his last 5. But however, he is 9-2 within his last 9. That is an impressive record. And the only 2 men that he has lost to are the two individuals that are ahead of him right now, which is Curtis Blades and Derrick Lewis. And as right now, I'm looking at the UFC ranking. Alexander Volkov, he's sitting at number 6, which is right behind Cyril Gane, Jason Rosenstruck, Curtis Blade, and Derrick Lewis. And you might be asking me, like, why do I want to see Alexander Volkov versus Derrick Lewis? Well, both of these guys are on a bit of a win streak. Derrick Lewis is more than Alexander Volkov, and the 3 gentlemen that are ahead of Alexander Volkov right now are Curtis Blade, which Derrick Lewis just beat, and Cyril Gane and Jason Rosenstruck. These guys are fighting each other next week at UFC Las Vegas 20, which take place in Las Vegas February 27th, which is right now, it is February 27th, so that is 5 days away. And also, Derrick Lewis just fought last Saturday, the 20th. So I believe that Derrick Lewis should take a bit of time off, recuperate, give himself a bit of time, and also Volkov just competed at, he competed on February 6th, which is 2 weeks ago. So let's give both these guys a bit of time off, and they both just come off a win. And like I just said, both these guys are on a bit of a winning streak, and they just competed nearly at the same amount of time. So with the proper fight camp, the proper rest time, I would love to see these 2 guys fight. I believe that these 2 guys will be a good matchup. A good matchup for both the division, to see where they will sit and rank, and also if this is Derrick Lewis' potential last fight within his contract, which is state that it is within his pre-fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight, and if you beat him, I don't see the UFC denying Derrick Lewis the next shot at the UFC heavyweight title. But you know, John Jones is an X factor in that situation. I keep bringing that up because it's one of the situations that it cannot be ignored. And Alexander Volkov is my number 2nd pick, and my 3rd pick is right here, Alistair Overeem. Well, you know, okay, so this pick right here is just for a biased reason, and that is, I just want to see these two guys fight. There's nothing more to it than that. I honestly just want to see these two guys fight. These two guys are massive striker. Alistair Overeem, like I just mentioned previously, he has won every title in every promotion that he has competed in. But as of right now, I realize that he may be at the tail end of his career, and all of the shots that he took throughout the years, it is adding up on him. But however, man, I still want to see these guys fight. I'm looking at Alistair Overeem's record right now. He is 47-19 with 1 no contest. That is 67 fight within his whole career. And his last fight that he just lost to Alexander Volkov, that's only 1 fight. A 1 losing fight. It's not a losing streak. And before that, he was on a 2-fight losing streak. Then he lost 1 to Rosenstruck, and then he was on a 2-fight losing streak as well. So before this last loss, which he just lost at a UFC fight night, which he was 1/2 of the headliner on February 6th, he was 4-1, 4 win, 1 loss within the last 5 fights, none including the last one. That doesn't look too bad. But however, like I just mentioned, he has competed 67 times in combat sport. That's a lot. And with that 67 times, like I said, 47-19 and 1 no contest, you might think that if the UFC does make this fight for Derrick Lewis, it just might be tossing him to the wolf, and in this case, Derrick Lewis the wolf, or you come the beast in this matchup. Do I believe that Alistair Overeem could beat him? Yes, absolutely, 100%. How often? Out of 10? I am going to say 2. 2 of the 10 times that I can see Alistair Overeem beating Derrick Lewis right now, but the craziest thing have happened. And on the flip side, I can see Derrick Lewis beating Alistair Overeem 8 out of 10 times, which is 80%, which is extremely high. I am hoping that I am wrong in that situation. It's just the fact that, well, MMA math, it doesn't usually add up. But you know what? You cannot deny Derrick Lewis. He is on such a big winning streak right now. He's on a big winning streak right now, and I am a fan of all those guys that I just mentioned. Because of them right now, they are making the UFC heavyweight division a fun and exciting division. And like I said, and like I did mention previously, I believe that at any given day, these guys have the power to back themselves up, that can knock each other out if it's correctly, if it's like on point, that any of these guys can knock any single one of these guys out. Perfect example, Derrick Lewis at the fight that he just fought versus Curtis Blade. Going to that fight, Derrick Lewis was plus 300, and he finished him. He finished Curtis Blade in round 2. Oh my goodness, this guy is the beast for a reason. He is he's winning me over as a fan, as one of those guys that I like to watch to compete. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I did not like to watch him compete before, but that win on this past Saturday, it really, in my opinion, it really put him on it really put him within that next level. And that next level is one step closer to the UFC heavyweight title shot, which he has previously fought for. But Howard, that was short notice fight as well, against one of the UFC great in Daniel Cormier. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I am looking forward to his next fight, regardless of who it may be. But Howard, those are my 3 picks in that order: Junior Dos Santos, Alexander Volkov, and finally Alistair Overeem for his final fight within his UFC contract.